Howdy y'all, welcome back to another Feed the Beast video. We're doing the Lite 3-pack course with some additional mods. They should be listed for the most part. I generally forget one or two when I list them down there in the description. I did say we were going to do the laser driller this time, and we are in fact going to take a look at that. I did put one together. There's some issues and some problems with it, so we'll talk about that. Really, Cat? All day you've been quiet. Now all of a sudden you want to start meowing. I'm gonna kill him. It's like he knows I'm recording. Shut up! Ugh. I wanted to talk about the. Sorry about that. I think he thinks that I'm talking to him, and he wants to start talking. Of course, when I'm quiet, he's quiet. But as soon as I start talking, he starts talking. Stupid donkey. I wanted to talk about the jerky factory a little bit. Some issues with this that I was having. I found that running the program that had it just do it automatically would stop because when I would go over to the main area, I guess what's weird is the jerky will still turn in 5 minutes, but the computer stops. So the loop that it's supposed to be in just stops. It resets the computer so it doesn't actually work. And even if I sit over here, I find that depending on what I'm doing, like if I'm watching a video or like YouTube, Hulu or something, that sets the tick rate up, I guess. Cycles, whatever, I don't know. I'm not a computer guy really, but it changes it just enough that sometimes it won't work, just depending on what else is going on in the computer. It's like the time that is set on there really isn't the time. So what I do now is I just set up another program where it'll just do it, and then I just run it again, and it'll place it. That also sometimes if that delay is in there, if you run it once, it may do both. So it's it's just a timing issue, I guess, with a computer, and it's almost never the same twice. So yeah, it's automated, but I may try to do this a little differently. I've been thinking of, we noticed that the pipes, the transfer pipes, would connect to these. I haven't tried it yet, but that may be something, a little experiment I do later to see if I can get that to work. So if you guys are trying something like this, just be aware that if you have the same kind of issues I do, most of the time, like I said, it's working if I just let it run and I don't have anything else running on the computer. But if I'm sitting here, because I don't know about how you play, but when I play, I generally have a video open on a second monitor, um, watching my stories or something like that. Catching up on all the channels that I'm subscribed to, of course, on YouTube. So just do be aware of that the timing, if you use that script, is a little off. I haven't checked this fish thing for a while. We got anything new in here? Oh, we got another bag. We got anything in here? Cool. And plastic sheets. You get quite a few plastic sheets out of here, and these little things, if you put them into your redstone furnace, you can turn them back into raw plastic or processed plastic, something. The form it needs to be right before it's turned into plastic sheets. So you can recycle those because those are like pretty crappy bags, really. I don't know what the intention of that was for. Maybe just a shtick. I did upgrade, by the way, to Extra Utilities 1.2.0, I think, 1.2, and it does add some new things. Let me see, extra. Yeah, is this it? Yeah. One of the things it adds new spikes. You can see here it's got a wooden spike now. Doesn't really have a description. Does Extra Utilities come with a book? I don't think it does. But I read it lowered the power requirements for the Ender Quarry, and it comes with some new spikes. I haven't tried to see what difference these are. I mean, they've got to be something different, I suppose. I'll have to go look those up. And I noticed there is a sword. Kikuku looks pretty cool. It looks I actually saw this on the Reddit. It kind of looks like a, really, man, leave the cat alone. Um, Kind of looks like a samurai sword or something. A little bit different look to it. Don't know if it's enchantable or anything. Can't figure out how to make it. It does say work in progress, so there may not be a recipe. I saw a thing on there, something about pink armor and a flower, but it sounds like it's almost like server only because it says there needs to be a second player on there, and I don't even know if that's true or somebody's just messing around. But yeah, that's pretty neat. That does add some new stuff in there. I haven't updated anything else. But let's talk about the laser drill. We added it in over here. We already made the pink slime with our cows a couple episodes back. The laser drill itself, if we look at the laser, there you need four yeah, you need one laser drill. That's the thing in the middle. Pretty simple recipe. Not too expensive. 2 diamonds, not too bad. And then you need four of these laser drill pre-chargers, and that's where you need the pink slime ball. You need one for each of the pre-chargers. Now, I've decided I am not going to make more than one of these for this world, and there's a couple of reasons. One, when I run this thing, it does, I notice not really like lag, but like a stutter in the game when this thing is running, and I'm not really sure why that is. Because it really doesn't do anything. So, I mean, it's got no, I mean, other than these lasers that you see right here, there's like no real moving parts. I mean, it's just generating an ore every once in a while. So I'm not really sure where that stutter comes from. But another thing that I don't like about it is it generates ores that have absolutely no use. Let's go over here and sleep real quick. Not that it matters here, but yeah, I noticed I'm getting ores that don't exist in World Gen. Now, one of them is nice, of course. We get shiny ore, which is, you know, shiny metal, of course. But we're also getting mana infused ore, which for this particular pack has no use whatsoever. I mean, if we look at uses for this thing, it's mana infused ingots or pulverized mana infused metal. And uses for that are just making ingots. And if you look, oh shoot, let's go back to that again. Oh, I picked it up. If we look at uses for this, it's just for the only thing I think, well, that'd be a cool block, but that'd be about it. Or these mana infused gears, and the only use for that is apparently iron and plutonium. And this is one of the problems I was talking about Minechem. Everything turns into plutonium. I mean, everything turns into plutonium. So that's kind of sucks. But what we did over here to kind of set that up, I actually, this is like the third building I've made for this thing. I tried all different sorts of different structures, and I finally just said, they just didn't match like everything else that we had out here. So I finally just said, well, let's just stick to what the style that we're using. So I just stayed with the blue glass and the factory blocks pretty much. But what we have here is each one of these pre-chargers, the white ones here, each one of these pre-chargers takes 5,000 RF a tick. So to fully charge the laser drill, it takes 20,000 RF. So we're fine with that. If we go, we'll take a look here in just a second at the turbines over there, and you'll see that it's not even. I mean, we're at about the, what do you call it? The battery that's inside the turbine stays at about 97, 98% running, even when this thing is running. But what we have is, I want to be able to turn it on, turn it off without putting levers on everything. So down below, we just ran some wiring to all of the pre-chargers, the RedNet wiring. And then we can manually just turn it on, turn it off right here. And so we'll go ahead and turn it on, let it run. You can see it. just the way the wiring is, it also shuts off these tesseracts because I did not. Well, I don't want these things running if I'm not pulling power from them. So down below, if we look at the redneck cabling, you can see that one goes over to this block, and since it's powering or unpowering that block, it also turns off the crap. Where'd it go? There it is. It also shuts off the tesseract, which is nice. You know, we don't have to. Great. Can't get up a little one hole. See that little stutter? That's what I'm talking about. There's that little stutter that I don't get unless this thing is running, which is really weird. I mean, I can feel it. I can see it. You know, I mean, right now I don't know if it shows up on video, but you know, I can actually see that little stutter when this thing is running. Now, usually, we're gonna go check this one back here first, because usually when that thing's running, it's hitting this one back here first. I don't know why, but so if we take a look here, see it stays at about 98, 97%, and that thing is pulling 20,000 RF a tick right now. So that's still leaving us an additional 4,000 RF a tick out of this particular turbine, and the other one isn't even being hit for any power right now. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen it get hit, even when since it's only doing an ore every couple of seconds or so. It's really not too long. I don't have a huge drain on the system from the processing, because it's just getting one ore, because this thing just generates a single ore. Let me see. Time's not too long. You can see it only needs 300 work, and it goes up pretty quick. So it's probably a less than a minute, maybe a minute. I don't know. I haven't actually timed it, but like if I go AFK or something, I will turn this on and leave it running. But when I'm actually out moving around and building, I'm kind of leaving this off just because of that stutter. It's kind of annoying. And if anybody knows what causes that, I don't know. It could just be because of, the state of the mods. I probably, there is an update for MFR. I'll probably go check that out and see if that changes things. Now, another thing I've done, oh, by the way, I am finally done with that other position at work. I was doing some recruiting, trying to get people to come and actually work and get paid. Believe it or not, that's a lot harder than it sounds. I've come to the conclusion that people really don't really want to work. They just want to be able to say that they're looking for work. It's pathetic. I mean, you hire these people and they don't actually ever show up to the first day at work. That tells me that they're probably required to go out and look for a job, but they don't actually want a job. So I am glad to be finished with that. That was a depressing and agonizing 3 weeks of just torture. But over here, since I'm using so much blue glass, one of the best places to get the blue glass is, of course, in this biome right here. What are we? Swampland, just regular swampland. The little light flowers that I need, these little thingies right here, grow out here, the blue orchids. And I use a lot of the light blue glass, of course, in all those builds over there. And the easiest way to get it, of course, is always going to be a flower farm. Any type of farm you put together is usually better. So I did this in the Light 2 season. We did kind of a flower farm similar to this. Of course, it was all underground. But what we have here is a dispenser that goes, dispenser pointed upwards towards the dirt. So when it fires off, it fires bone meal into this dirt. And instead of trying to use like the redneck controller or regular vanilla redstone, I of course just used a computer. And if we take a look, it's kind of a crappy script. I'm sure somebody out there can do a lot better job, but the script set up right now just for a single stack. That's why you see the 4 I equals 1 to 64, and it does a little bone meal, fires turns this one on real quick, so this fires, and then turns this signal off again. That's what the set output back does, and then down here, it's just switching from left to right, so it's pushing this dirt back and forth. So it's knocking hole, big hole. I let that out. Because this is outside of the Magnum Torch range, so stuff does spawn out here. But this dirt shifts back and forth, so it'll grow like the flowers and grass and stuff on here, and when it moves, it will uproot everything. And then we just have a advanced item collect over here. I've got it turned down right now, just to 0, so when I knock stuff, I was resetting some stuff, and I didn't want it sucking up everything and sending it into the trash can, so that's why it's on 0. But we would turn that all the way up when this thing is running, so that it picks up everything. It does a real good job. You can see right there, we got, with 1 stack of bone meal, when I finally got it all working, did almost 2 stacks of the blue flower, so that's pretty good. We shouldn't need any more for a while. Now, something I may think about doing is one of the things we can do is we have random things. Wow, I should probably. Sorry, just looking at something here. I gotta. What I could do with random things is there's a thing called. Let me see. Let's look at random. Biome painter. You get these little biome capsules that you drop in a specific. That you drop in a specific biome, and it sucks that biome up, and then you can use the biome painter to actually paint individual blocks into a certain biome. So one of the things we could potentially do with this is, and I don't want to do it over here in the main base, of course, because I don't want ugly swamp colors in the middle of my base, but like over here, what we could do is we could set up multiple ones of these where we know specific types of flowers grow. Now over there, pretty much all the tulips grow, the orange, the pink, the yellow, the daisies, the poppies, all that stuff grow over there. But the blue flowers only grow here, and that's the ones I use the most, so that's why I set this up over here. But we literally could change this into another biome and then, of course, use that. So what else have I been up to? Well, I don't want to show that this episode, probably. That's probably an episode in its own. Little teaser right there. Something that we talked about before while we were doing the prep was setting this up to auto-grow these cows. Now, I have been having some problems with this. I think I got it fixed. This thing... The rancher right here, I'm sorry, the slaughterhouse. This thing was maybe I'll change this to a rancher. I don't really need the pink slime anymore. This thing kept changing direction. I'd come in here and all these cows would be grown up. You know, I'd put a few stacks of wheat over there, and I'd have a crap ton of grown cows in here, and this thing was like turned around in the opposite direction. It hasn't done it for a little bit, so hopefully I got it fixed. Probably because I was placing it like over here and then turning it around with a wrench, but I finally placed it right. Our Tesseract now is below here, and it's got a cable coming over here to the veterinary station. We were talking about growing these cows. So something I'd like to probably do in another episode is set this up to automatically make the zombie syringe, which is why can't I sleep? It's night, right? Oh, I'm trying to sleep with my staking bag. Set that up to automatically make those syringes, transport them over here. We're at almost 20 minutes right now, so probably won't have time this episode, so just kind of a teaser. Really, this one is kind of let you guys know that we did do the laser drill, but I'm not going to go crazy with it like I did in the Lite 2 pack. I'm not going to do, 4 of them. Did we do 4 left? 4. Yeah, we did 4. I'm just going to leave it at that one. I think with the speed of the Ender Quarry, if we really need to, we can just run quarries, and I don't see a performance hit like I do with this thing, which is really weird. Such a little thing, no real block updates. I don't understand why, but we'll see if I'll probably update it over to, like I said, the new update the MFR on here and see what happens with that. But oh shoot, I gotta go turn off the XP down here. Oh yeah, I'm completely empty. I forgot all about that thing. This thing, I've gotten quite a bit of more of the experience bushes. I guess that's what you call them. You can see it's almost full in here now. We still have room for plenty more because I don't have it dug out to the full size of what this thing is able to do. But I think we have some gold over there. But it's pretty much all experience now with the exception of a few. So this, I'd been letting it sit and this thing was pretty much full, almost full. So I went ahead and let it run, get that back up. Some other changes, bigger windows here so we can kind of see in there. I found a zombie spawner, or I'm sorry, skeleton spawner in the deep dark. Believe it or not, I did find one of those big houses. Again, in another episode, I did like the first 2 floors, but I haven't gone all the way to the top yet. But I read somewhere that if you put a mob spawner on the cursed earth, they'll spawn even if you're not around. So I did throw one up there, and we do seem to be getting quite a bit of skeletons. But since we're almost coming to the end of this one, I do want to kind of show you just a little bit of a teaser. Got this long tunnel here, and then we've got an auto boarding, auto embarking, disembarking area right here. You step on this little pressure plate, it's going to shoot out a cart. It'll pick you up because this is a passenger pickup rail and this is a passenger drop-off rail. Goes in there, breaks on that cactus, hopper underneath, transfer node over here to the dispenser. So it's just a nice little automatic drop-off. And this goes over into a new area that kind of just been playing in, messing around. Found a mine shaft, some other stuff over there. But like I said, that's another complete episode, and it's a long way off. So we're not going to do that right now. So sorry this is such a short one. I am going to end it real fast here, hopefully under 25. Not a lot on the laser drills. It's pretty easy to do. The hardest part about the laser drill is getting your power together. You do need to have a power alternative that gives you at least 20,000 RF a tick, because that's what it requires to run that. Now you can run it less than that. You don't need 20,000 RF a tick to run it, but to run it at full power, it will take, each precharger will take 5,000 RF a tick. So, you know, total of 20,000 RF a tick. Do the math. I'm so smart. I got a degree. So that's going to be it for today. Now that I'm back on my regular schedule, hopefully next week, you know, I can actually have time to get down and actually seriously do a recording or so. But that's going to be it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to put a like on there if you do. Don't forget to subscribe, and to all you new guys that have subscribed, I've just seen a big burst over the last few days. Hey man, I appreciate you. Welcome to the channel. I know a lot of you guys are still down into the Lite 2 seasons. You know, a lot of people, not a lot of people, people are still commenting on the Lite 2 pack. If I don't reply to you on those, it's not that I'm being rude. It's a lot of times I don't even know what you're referring to. I have to go back and look at those videos to figure out what you're talking about, because I don't. It's been a while, so I don't even remember what I was doing in some of those. So, guys, that's it for this one. Thanks for coming by, and until next time, I will see y'all later.